Today's topic is going to be on covetousness. And we all know the commandment, thou shalt not covet, but I wanted to take some time to dive a little deeper into why. And there are many reasons that we should not covet things, but the one that I want to focus on, I guess the best way to start explaining it is for you to answer a couple of questions and to be honest with yourself about it. The job that you go to each day, that you get up, that you drag yourself out of bed, that you go to every day, is it something that you enjoy doing? Is it something that you would you do something different if you had the opportunity? And I'm willing to bet that most people would say yes. And when we think about all of the stuff that we have, what we have with covetousness is it is the cheese of that's in the mousetrap. And when we see things, the lust of the eye, and we desire those things, and there again, even if it's things of others or whatever it is, what we tend to do in many cases, especially in our country, we go out and we borrow money to buy those things that we think will make us happy. And basically, what we realize then every day when we get up, drag ourselves into a job that we may not like, that is how that trap has got you. And it's because, in many cases, of covetousness. Now, it is not the only reason, guys. I understand people have got to work, myself. But at the same time, do we really have to do a lot of the things that we do? Or is it because we're trying to pay bills for things that we don't necessarily need? That's a thing that I don't think we really get a lot of conversation about. We need to learn to be happy with the things that we have. There's far too few people that are not. And if you've ever listened to Dave Ramsey, I'm sure that many of you guys out there, if you're watching this, you've heard of Dave Ramsey. It's a big financial advisor, and he basically tells it like it is. And if you've ever listened to his show, you'll see that there's people that call in that are, broke. A lot of them have serious problems. They'll have a sometimes $300,000-$400,000 a year income, but at the same time they're flat broke because all of their money is going for bills, for things that they think that they need, for tens of thousands of dollars worth of credit card debt, for 3 or 4 new vehicles, for 2 or 3 houses, and people are not satisfied. And that is an absolute miserable place to be. And if we really sit down and think about what we actually have to live, you can see that it is much, much less than what we actually have or what we actually need. It's ridiculous. We go through, if we look through our lives, all of us have stuff that we don't really need. But it becomes a terrible thing when we get it to the point that we're having to literally sacrifice ourselves just to pay for those things. And that's where covetousness comes in. And again, guys, this is just kind of a very informal thing, informal channel, informal videos. But this was a topic that I just wanted to do. And I know some of you guys have seen my videos, you've seen things back behind me. I'm not saying I'm not guilty of it, because in the past I have. I've bought things that I didn't really need, and and I'm just as guilty as anybody else. But after you work for years to try to pay for the things that you think you need, you realize you don't really need them. You don't really need a lot of things that you have. But unfortunately, we get trapped in that vicious cycle, and it's all because of covetousness. But guys, this is just a few of the thoughts for tonight. Let me know your thoughts down below. What is something that you have bought that you really wish you didn't? Let me know. Love to hear from you guys. But guys, thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel. Like and share the video. Subscribe to my channel. Check out the links down below. And we'll see you next time.